Welcome to the first half of the problem solving module. We're going to get started with some less fun things, and then the more fun is going to be next week. For you, it might be switched, but for me, the more fun stuff is next week. We're going to start by talking about percents. So percents are just per 100, right? Parts per 100. You can think of percent as like per a cent, like a cent of a dollar. And so you can think about them as fractions. You can think about them as decimals. You know, we've all used percents before. The question is just how, whether you're rusty on your percent. So 40% is just 40 per 100. Okay. 0.40. And there's a bunch of different fractions that all show 40%. So we're going to start with example 1.1, and we're going to calculate some percents. So in 1.1, it says if 345 people out of 500 like sea turtles, what is this as a percent? So looking at the problem again, right? 345 out of 500. That means a fraction, okay? Out of, that's what you're looking at. 345 out of 500. What is this as a percent? So first, we make it as a decimal. And then we'll make it as a percent. That's our problem solving strategy order. So then we go over to our calculator and say, okay, what is 345 divided by 500? And it should be, if I can do my math in my head, 0.69. All right, let me double check with the calculator. 345 divided by 500 is, yes, 0.69. So that's step one. We did step one. Step two is just move the decimal 2 places to the right, and we'll write that as a percent. So 2 places to the right makes it 69, and now we add a percent sign. So that's, who made this workbook? That's how we do it. So 69% of people that were asked like sea turtles. Moving on, example 1.2. Write each as a percent. So it wants us to write 14 as a percent. So this is already written as a decimal. And you might say, Jason, this is not written as a decimal. There's no decimal here at all. Well, there is, right? The decimal's right here. 14.0, kind of, okay? What we're going to do is just move the decimal place 2 points to the right. And whenever we move the decimal place and there's nothing there, we add zeros. So now we are 1400 and put the percent sign. Okay? 1400%. We can do this for the next one. 0.02. Move the decimal place 2 to the right. What does that give us? That gives us 2. And add a percent sign. And one more. 2.35. Move the decimal place twice. And we have 235%. Okay? And that's it for the first page. So that's what percents are. Again, I think most people already know this, but it's important to cover it before we actually start solving some problems. So let's look at the next stuff. So another way of looking at the percent is looking at part out of the whole. That's what we did in the first problem. 345 liked sea turtles out of 500 that were asked. Okay. And we're going to just do 1.3 right now. 1.4 we're saving for the next video. So in 1.3 it says we have a TV that was originally priced at $799 and it's on sale for 30% off. There's also a sales tax, and we need to find the price of the TV reflecting the discount and including sales tax. So an important we'll ask the important question later. So, right, here's what we have. This is example 1.3. We have a $799 TV, and we know it's 30% off, but there's also a 9.2% sales tax. So we're just going to kind of approach this one thing at a time. So 30% off, right? That means we're paying 70%. If it were 20% off, we would be paying 80%. 10% off, we pay 90%. Okay, there's a lot of different ways that you can approach this or do it, but this is the way I like to do it. So first off, let's apply the discount. We are paying 70% of $799. But it's really hard to multiply with percents. It's easy to make a mistake. So let's convert this to decimal. Okay. So what that is, well, in the past, to convert something to percent, we move the decimal 2 to the right. Well, to go the opposite way, we're going to move the decimal to the left. So it becomes 0.70 times 799. Okay. So this is going to be the price that we're paying. Let's multiply this with a calculator. This is the price that we're paying before sales tax. All right, which is 0.7 times, which one is the times? That one, 799. That's going to be 559.3. So this is right here, right? This is the cost before sales tax. Well, then all that's left is now applying the sales tax. And that's going to be kind of similar to what we did. 30% off meant we are paying 70%. 9.2% sales tax, right? 9.2% tax means that we're paying what percent? We're paying 100% of this, right? We have to pay for the whole item, but we also have to pay this additional percent. We also have to pay this tax. Okay, so we're going to have to pay 109.2%, right? 100% of this is the cost of the TV or whatever we're buying, and then 9.2 of that is additional money that we have to pay. So again, just like before, 109.2% of this cost before sales tax, 559.3. Let's convert it to a decimal. We have to move the decimal place 2 to the left now to convert it to a decimal. 1.092 times 559.3. And then we multiply that out. Okay. So 1.092 times 559.3 should give us our answer. So there's a lot of decimal places in our answer, but we're going to round to the nearest cent. We're going to get $610.76. This is how much we're paying for our TV. It was 30% off. That marked it down to $559, but we had to add sales tax, and the sales tax added another $50. Okay. Some places apply sales tax on the posted price, so you don't have to apply it afterwards. But anyway, there's a shorter way of doing this, by the way. We could have done this in a single step, right? We could have said, let's find 70% and add the sales tax at the same time to the original price, and done this in a single step. If you wanted to do it this way, you could. And it doesn't matter which order you apply them. It doesn't matter if you add the sales tax and then the discount, or the discount and then the sales tax, because we multiply in any order and it doesn't matter. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether we make it cheaper and then more expensive, or more expensive and then cheaper because of multiplication. But usually we apply the discount first, but it'll lead to the same mathematical answer. Okay, so time to buy a TV. I actually need to buy a TV. Anyway, that's unrelated. That's the last one for this one because we're saving that we're saving 1.4 for the next video. Good luck.